Welcome, welcome. It's your no gain coach here, Coach Kelly with KellyMitchusonCoaching.com. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about something that I cover a lot with my clients because it is a secret that the diet industry just has failed to teach us. And I guess, I say they just want to keep it secret because they just want to keep selling you their pills and their shakes and their specialty foods. So let me share the screen with you. I've put together a presentation that I do with my clients that I'm going to cover with you today. Let me open this up. All right. And it's the weight loss secret the weight loss industry doesn't teach. Now, there are going to be days that we're going to be facing things that just don't go as planned. One thing that I teach my clients is it's the tools of unfuck your diet. It's 3 simple tools that will get you the foundation for your weight loss. And that will be over on my website, nogaincoach.com or kellymitchusoncoaching.com. Now, when we plan our food ahead of time, we show up with better intentions, looking out for ourselves with our better brain. Now, one of the things that I teach is that you're not restricting, denying, or depriving yourself foods anymore. You're planning foods that you love to eat and you want to eat, but you just plan them ahead of time. We don't show up when we're craving and having a bad day and using food to solve our problems. So that I teach, and the 3 tools to unfuck your brain and unfuck your diet. It does that for your brain too. But anyway, there are going to be days that, you'll make a plan and life just throws a complete wrench into it. And you're thinking, well, now what? Or you can make a mistake by just forgetting to plan that lunch with somebody, with a friend. And then, of course, your brain wants to go on, well, now what? You screwed up. Well, I want to give you some tips that's going to help you move past this. And this is what's so important because in the past, you would mess up, or if you wasn't doing the diet perfectly, you would just want to quit. You'd quit on yourself, you'd quit on the diet, and you'd just be like, you know what? Just fuck it. I'm just not even going to try. It's just too hard. Well, I want to show you some easy ways and some thoughts to help move you past that and some actual facts that will get you into the next steps. So it happens. Like today, we're fixing to come up on a weekend, and a lot of my clients will say, I can't plan for that. So when an event happens, this is the first thing I tell my clients how to deal with it. First, I want you to notice your thinking about it. My husband comes home and says, we're going to go out for dinner. Notice your brain go into a complete freak out. But then you start thinking, well, fuck it. If I'm not going to be able to eat what I'm planning, I'm just going to eat whatever's on the menu. Notice that first. That is an old diet mentality that you used to do that would end up having you give up on the diets and give up on yourself and just go back to eating whatever. We're going to change that now. I want you to stop. And the next step would be, ask yourself, okay, what am I going to say when this happens? Because we can think about this ahead of time. What am I going to say? Well, what I teach my clients to do is to drop into the moment and think about it. Okay, so he's planned for us to go out. He didn't tell me. It's not a big deal. I can still show up and not eat until I'm hungry, and I can stop when I had enough. Now, those 2 things is something I also teach my clients in regular coaching, and it's part of the baseline tools. It is actually tools that add to the 3 that I give you on my website. And it's like, that's the key when these things happen, because I'm not going to eat until I'm hungry, and I'm going to stop when I've had enough. Now, then the next thing is I teach my clients to say, what is the next best action? All right, well, he wants to go out to eat. The first thing I do is pull the menu up for the restaurant. I look at the menu and compare it to what I planned to eat for the night. It could have been grilled chicken with a baked potato, whichever. I don't know many restaurants that don't serve some type of grilled chicken and a baked potato. You can align your decisions similar to what you planned. It may not be exact. Now, if you plan cheese tortellini soup, which is one of my favorites, there ain't many restaurants out there that actually serve that. But you know what I can do in that situation? I could think, what's my next best action? Well, they don't have soup, so I could actually eat a salad. Because I mean, I love salads. Or I could eat grilled chicken, or I could eat a steak. I can make a good decision from a better thought about it than making one from the fuck it thinking I had before. Here's some common things that I do hear from my clients. I just don't know how to plan this. I keep messing up because they're eating off plan, or I can't figure out how to plan for the weekends. Another thing that I like to offer to you is if we're not going to eat until we're hungry, it doesn't matter what's going to happen on the weekend. If you show it with the mindset that it doesn't matter, I just know I'm not going to eat until I'm hungry. I know how to make a good, better, best decision. And what that means is I'm not going to show up and be like, well, I didn't plan, so I'm just going to say, fuck it, and eat a cheeseburger. I can still make a decision on how to eat with intention ahead of time. Now, look, we plan for these long trips. If I plan to go from here to, I'm near Sykeston, Missouri, there's Lambert's there. They have this ginormous food servings. They even throw rolls at you across the room. I know ahead of time when we plan trips like that, so I know I can plan for that. But let's just say honey decides to go to Paducah this weekend. Now, there are typical restaurants that I eat almost every time we go there. I can still drop into my better thinking and plan ahead. And just the minute he says to the restaurant, hey, I want to go here today, I go ahead and open up my cell phone and I start looking before I get to the restaurant. I make a decision before I get to the restaurant what I'm going to eat. And I tell myself, that's me planning ahead. Nothing has gone wrong here. I can still show up in a way that's for my weight loss. Sometimes on weekends, I just put good, better, best decisions. Don't eat until I'm hungry. Because if I don't know, then I'm not going to let my brain go into flips and fits thinking I've done something wrong because I haven't. Now, here's a couple things to remember, and these are keys of just moving forward when you're working into your weight loss. You got to be remembering that the way to lose weight is through consistency, not perfectionism. A lot of times we think that if we don't do the diet perfect, then it's not going to matter. Listen, consistency wins over perfectionism. I lost my weight over 2 years ago and have kept it off with no problem. And I can sit here and tell you, I've had some fuck ups. I've had some overeats almost weekly. I have never had a perfect week of eating on plan. Just this week alone, I think I had 6 times that I ate off plan. Couple back bites here, couple grab asses here, but I still lost weight. That's the point. When you're doing something it consistently, you're going to win. If you try to do it perfectly and you fuck up, then you just want to quit. Then you want to beat yourself up, and then you just go back to destroying all the progress you made until that point. Now, when an off plan or overeat happens, you have to decide today that it won't be a fuck it day. So when something happens, you go out to eat for lunch and it wasn't planned, you have to decide, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm going to move forward. I know I can take the next best decision that's going to put me back on the track that I want. You got to choose no longer to beat yourself up when you make a mistake. That's really important. Your mindset on losing weight means so much. And beating yourself up, well, listen, Did you lose weight over the last, I don't know, 10 years beating yourself up when you had a fuck up? Didn't help me any. Getting hateful with myself, talking shit about myself, telling myself I wasn't good enough. It never got me anywhere. Not at all. You have to choose that you're not going to beat yourself up when something or a mistake happens. You also have to choose to stop quitting on yourself. Now, when I work with clients, they come to me on a weekly basis and we talk about what the obstacles are that holds them back. And those are the thoughts that we deal with that they want to quit because they feel like they're not doing it perfectly. And that's something that I teach them is how you stop the quitting. We also talk about why you're wanting to lose the weight. Knowing your why and knowing why you won't quit is really important. So you've got to remember this moving forward. When something happens, when life gets in the way, you're not going to quit. You're going to keep going. As my word of the year, we can say is keep fucking going, KFG. I keep that aligned in my sight every day that I'm going to keep fucking going. I'm not quitting on myself because I'm no longer a quitter. So when we practice things every day, we get better every time. Look, who is it? The famous violinist. He didn't pick that thing up and learn to play it in one day and be perfect at it. The ball players, the baseball players, the football players, they didn't pick the ball up the first time and was perfect at it. It's the same thing when you're losing weight. We're not going to be the first, perfect the first week we do it. We're not going to be perfect the first year we do it. The more we do it, the more consistent we get at it, the better we get at it, the better results we're going to get. It's a slow process and there's nothing wrong with that at all. You got to learn how to be there for yourself. That's another thing that's really important. You have to be there for yourself and support yourself when mistakes happen or when life throws a wrench into your plan. You got to be there for yourself. You're your best cheerleader. Now, look, if I could show up to your house every day and cheer you on, I would. But your husband, your partner, and your kids will probably get a little pissed because they'll be like, who's this chick? But that's something that I do offer to you. If you want to work with me, we can do this once a week, and I will be your cheerleader. I will hold you accountable to the process and to your weight loss. But first of all, it begins with you. You have to be able to cheerlead yourself when you're with yourself. Because look, you're there 24 hours a day. I can typically be there once a week, sometimes twice a week or more if you need that support. But what's most important is you're there 24/7. So that's a relationship that you develop, is learning to be there for yourself. And the most important is to be able to accept your mistakes and learn how to keep going. Now, some of these may seem repetitive, but sometimes we got to hear it in a different way, chick. You got to be able to accept these things and move past them because that's how we keep fucking going. I make mistakes. I have some errors when I'm making a video, but I've learned that, you know what? I'm just going to keep on stepping because I'm a human being and so are you. You have to just be able to accept them and just move on. That's life. And that's us being a stronger person. The real change when it comes to working on this lifestyle change, because I really do not like to call it a diet. When I talk to people now, it's like I've had a lifestyle change. I have a lifestyle of eating that I love. I've lost my weight. I eat the things I love, including pizza, spaghetti, chocolate. You have to remember it comes from your thinking and how you think about it. If you think about it like we used to think about it, it's a diet with a T. That's a harsh way of thinking And the more you think it's going to be hard, listen, it's going to be hard. And it doesn't have to be. You just change that mindset. Now, no quitting on yourself or the process. Again, I talk about quitting. You got to hear it a different way. No quitting on yourself. No quitting on yourself. Because I'm not going to quit on you. I believe you can do it. The thickest headed chick in Kentucky was able to figure this out. So can you. I tried all the things, but I had to learn that I was going to stop quitting and I'm going to believe in the process because I know it'll work. There are thousands of women that have done these steps, learning how to unfuck their diets and losing weight. And one of them is just, you got to quit quitting on yourself. The next thing is when these mistakes happen, when these unexpected wrenches come in to throw into your plans, is applying the thinking of what's my next best decision? That's okay. I went out to lunch. I didn't plan it. I ended up overeating or eating something that wasn't even near what I planned. It's okay. That's being with yourself again. You're your own cheerleader. All right, that happened. I make mistakes. I'm a human being. What can I do what can I do next? I can go back and eat what I planned for dinner. Nothing's gone wrong here. I can just keep fucking going. And then at the end of the day and every day, I ask myself this question. Today, there was a couple boo-boos, mistakes, fuck-ups, whatever you want to call them. But what can I do better next time? The next time he decides he wants to go out to eat. I could probably make a plan for eating out. Like simple tips of, I'm not going to eat fried food when I eat out. I'm not going to eat bread when I eat out. I'm not going to consume alcohol when I eat out. You can make decisions ahead of time that would be better for you. It's not a problem. Nothing's gone wrong. I'm just asking myself, how can I level up? And that's one thing that I love when my clients finally figure it out. When they get that thought on repeat, how can I level up? It's like light goes on. Oh my God, this is really simple. So I just want you to remember, you can learn and just move on. Just keep fucking going. And of course, one of my favorite things is let's go because you got this. So these are just different ways for you to think about this process and understand the weight loss industry doesn't want you to know this because they just want to keep it to themselves that, hey, you can really figure out your weight loss. It's really about you, your mind, and the food because you can make decisions on what can you do better tomorrow? What can I do better next time? What's my next best decision? Nothing's gone wrong here. I haven't fucked up. I'm a human being and I can make mistakes and still lose weight and keep fucking going. I hope this has helped you today. Again, check out, I've got other videos here on YouTube. The channel is beginning to build, so make sure to click the subscribe button and that way you'll be notified anytime that I put up a new video. You can also go over and check out my Facebook page, Kelly Mitchuson Coaching, and like and follow me. I have tips every single day that will help you with your weight loss. All right, that's all I've got for today. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. And I will see you in the next video.